Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And today I'm using the Angel Tarot cards. And this weekend is the last weekend to sign up for my teleclass, which is all about how to use oracle cards to give yourself a life purpose reading. And I'll post a link to my website in the description of this video, so if you're interested in signing up for that class, which is it's going to be on Wednesday night at 6:30 Pacific time, you can just click on that link to get more information. And if you can't make the live teleclass, you can still sign up, because I will be sending out a recording of the class, so you'll still be able to listen to it even if you can't make the live class. Okay, so I'm going to start with the very first card, which represents Monday and Tuesday of this upcoming week. Okay, we've got Four of Fire, and this card says contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. So you're going to be entering the week feeling fairly content, and it will be important for you to establish roots of some sort. And the image that's coming to my mind is establishing a real sense of comfort in your own home. So the Four of Fire is often about the home, the hearth and home kind of arena. So doing things to make your home feel more inviting and more comfortable. But essentially we're entering the week already feeling fairly comfortable, and you might feel like you don't actually need to be doing anything to feel happy or successful right now. So you're feeling fairly content. And then as you get into the middle of the week, so Wednesday and Thursday, we've got Page of Earth, and this card says scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful. So those are the key kind of characteristics of the Page of Earth. And her message on the bottom of the card says good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, and a new area of study. So I always see the Page of Earth as a willingness or a desire to learn something new. So to sign up for some kind of class, or to even feel the desire to search out a mentor or someone who's going to teach you something new. So the middle of the week is a good time to even just read a book on a new topic or something like that, or sign up for classes. But it's definitely a time of learning and exploring something new. And then as we get to the end of the week, we've got Five of Air. I'm just going to move these cards over a little bit. We've got Five of Air, and the message on this card says, an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation and review everyone's motives. So Five of Air will come up if there's a lot of, I don't want to say conflict, because it's not necessarily negative conflict, but you're going to find yourself in a situation where there's a lot of different people who have a lot of different opinions, and the challenge is to, make everyone feel as though they're part of the group, and make everyone feel valued, and hear what people have to say, and come to some sort of resolution. So that's the challenge of the weekend. So this can play out in family matters, where it feels like everyone in your family wants a say or has an opinion. Or it can play out amongst your friends, or even at work. But it's definitely, the feeling I get with this is that you're going to be sort of you might find yourself trying to make something work, or trying to make everyone happy. And just remind yourself that other people's happiness is not your responsibility. So you know, just kind of keep that in mind as you enter the weekend, and that's going to sort of save you a lot of grief if you kind of keep that in mind. But I just want to take a step back and look at all of these cards together and see if I get anything else that's jumping out at me. It feels like the beginning of the week is a time where we're gathering our energy. So this is kind of a downtime. So make sure you get lots of rest at the beginning of the week. Get lots of rest and start accumulating your energy. So make sure that you eat really nutritious food, you get lots of sleep, you do lots of kind of alone time activities like reading or meditating. And then as you get into the middle of the week, this is where you're going to be using a lot of your brain power. So learning something new, it could be being trained in your job on a new kind of skill or a new aspect of your job. But there's definitely going to be learning. You're going to be doing a lot of learning, which is going to be actually fun for you. It's going to feel good. And as the card says, good news about financial matters. So if you're having any issues with finances, this is a really good card to get. And you'll be able to look at your finances a little bit differently by the middle of the week. So you'll be able to kind of shift your focus and feel more grounded. And you're going to feel more drawn to ask for someone else's help or advice with your finances. Whether that be a financial advisor or just someone who kind of knows what they're doing when it comes to finances and budgeting and stuff like that. So don't be afraid to ask for outside help when it comes to finances. And that's all I'm getting from that card. And then back to Five of Air. Five of Air, like I said, it's about sort of conflict and interpersonal relationships, but it's more of a, it's not a negative card, it's just more of a, not even a challenging card. It's a very energetic card, so it feels like the energy really picks up on the weekend. It feels more, I guess, more chaotic, more dramatic. There's lots going on, and depending on your personality, you can either gain energy from that. So some people actually gain energy and get quite excited when there's lots of drama and conflict and stuff and debate, you know, going on. Or if you're more of a sort of sensitive kind of introverted type, you might actually feel that experience to be very draining, and you know, you might want to kind of pull yourself out of that experience. So depending on how you react to other people's conflict and drama will kind of determine how you feel this weekend. So, you know, go with how you feel. If you feel like a situation is getting overwhelming and draining, you can always kind of take a step back and remove yourself from that dynamic. But if this kind of stuff really excites you and energizes you, by all means, you know, dive in there and be a part of the drama, which I wouldn't normally say, but it feels like the right thing to say right now with this card. So that has been your weekly tarot card reading. So thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next week.